the secret space program. While this would be the first known government department to be solely devoted to space, it's important to note that the United States has a history of government agencies existing in secret for years. The National Security Agency, NSA, was founded in 1952. But its existence was hidden until the mid-1960s. Even more secretive is the National Reconnaissance Office, which was founded in 1960 but remained completely secret for 30 years. Not all information is made public, especially when it comes to space activities. This was made clear by the Pentagon's recent disclosure of a secret program that they were running to track unidentified flying objects in and around our atmosphere. The cost of this program was $22 million. But deeper research into black budget programs reveals that they have been taking in multiple trillions of dollars. This is not debatable. It is ironic that the US should be fighting monstrously expensive wars allegedly to bring democracy to those countries, when it itself can no longer claim to be called a democracy when trillions, and I mean thousands of billions of dollars, have been spent on projects which both Congress and the Commander-in-Chief know nothing about. Paul Hellyer, ex-Canadian Defense Minister. Strange happenings in space came to light more than a decade ago when the largest military computer hack ever was made known to the public. A man by the name of Gary McKinnon was charged with causing $700,000 worth of damage to government computer systems. He hacked the Pentagon, Department of Defense, and Air Force computers. Gary faced extradition to the United States for 10 years but was eventually given other punishments. His story was receiving mainstream media attention, and perhaps extradition would have brought unwanted attention to what Gary found. As with most disclosures, mainstream media focused on the crime rather than the provocative information that was discovered. According to McKinnon, he found a list of non-terrestrial off-world officers of rank. He was unable to tell what department of the military they represented. He also found multiple pictures of UFOs and lists of fleet-to-fleet transfers of materials from ship to ship. Alexander. In addition to this unusual roster of names, McKinnon also found listings for a secret space fleet, around 10 warships all prefixed with the title USS. According to whistleblower Corey Good, this is a cigar-shaped space carrier, part of the Solar Warden space fleet. There are 8 of these carriers in the fleet and have been built for interplanetary missions. It is McKinnon's belief that this flotilla of secret spaceships is being operated by the United States government and is fully staffed with military personnel. According to a hacker who is facing a 10-year legal battle after breaking into NASA computers, the United States has a fully operational fleet of space warships. Gary McKinnon firmly believes that he came across the ultimate information that proves the US has a secret space program operated by the Navy with fully operational warships that operate in space. In a new interview on UFO channel Rich Planet TV, McKinnon finally reveals the entire truth about his findings, saying, "I kept going for months and months. I kept thinking, they're going to close this door." McKinnon said that he used a software called Land Search which allowed him to search all files and folders of interest to him. Gary McKinnon is accused of mounting the biggest ever hack in the history of the United States by breaking into the computers of the Army, Air Force, Navy, and NASA. During his latest interview, McKinnon describes a conversation with a former NASA whistleblower Donna Hare, who had been told by a colleague that NASA was trying to hide delicate information by airbrushing UFOs from their photos. There was a colleague, who was in another room, they all had secret clearance but they were on different projects, and she was in this chap's lab or room or whatever it is and he said, "Come and take a look at this," said McKinnon. While there are many people who firmly believe this is yet another elaborate hoax, there have been a series of former NASA and government employees who back up the claims made by McKinnon. According to statements from a former Marine, not only have humans made it to Mars in the past, but we have developed a secret space program and flotilla that operates in space. The former US Marine was posted on the Red Planet for years and his mission was to protect the 5 human colonies from indigenous life forms on Mars. According to the former Marine known as Captain K, not only did he spend years on Mars, but he also served aboard a giant space carrier for 3 years. He worked for the Mars Defense Force, MDF, which is owned and operated by the Mars Colony Corporation, MCC, which is basically a conglomerate of financial institutions, government, and tech companies. K and his team were part of a special section of the United States Marines with a highly classified mission, to protect and ensure the existence of 5 newly established colonies on the surface of the Red Planet. The Earth Defense Force, another secret military branch, has military recruits from countries such as the United States, China, and Russia. Parts of the testimony from Captain K are consistent with that of Michael Reilve, another whistleblower who claims to have served 20 years of the tour on the Red Planet. Laura Magdalene Eisenhower, great-granddaughter of former President Eisenhower, claims that efforts were made to recruit here onto a human colony on Mars, led by researcher Dr. Hal Puthoff. According to Jackie, there are humans on Mars, and we have been on the Red Planet for over 20 years. Jackie, she and 6 other employees saw the exact same thing, suggesting this might be the evidence that proves that a secret space program did exist, or might even still. According to Jackie, while working as part of the team downloading telemetry from the Viking lander, she saw humans setting foot on the surface of the Red Planet via a live feed from Mars. In an interview with Coast to Coast AM, Jackie talked about humans on Mars, something that has been discussed among other alleged NASA employees for years. Many ufologists firmly believe that the statements made by the above individuals are accurate and that this information is being withheld from the general public. Source: post from user qavarncapital at conspiracy at Reddit. My take: it has been said more than once that the United States is secretly 50 to 75 years ahead of where you think they are with technology.